Thing I shouldn't have. Most aren't going to believe this, and that's fine, but I'm posting because some may have had the same experience. I live in North Dakota, or I did. 4 months or so ago, suddenly people started disappearing for no apparent reason. People I didn't know, and someone I did. It was all over the news, and my family was panicking. I found his computer and discovered he had a link hidden in his note app. I clicked the link, and it flashed a lot of green, and the screen filled with these weird, almost indescribable symbols that's never stayed the same, and just went black. It freaked the hell out of me. I showed my parents, but when I opened it, it just took me to a Google page. Later that night, I went to my room and watched TV, but I noticed my computer screen turn on even though it was in sleep mode. I freaked the hell out because it watched my mouse move across the screen, open my notepad, as it seemed as though someone copied and pasted a link in my notepad. Someone hacked my computer, and I was about to just toss it out the thing window, but alas, curiosity killed the cat. And this is where things gets really, really unbelievable. I clicked the link, and the symbols showed up again, but this time they formed what looked like an image of my brother who had disappeared. It was strange because it was an image made with symbols, so it looked like a painting of a madman. But it started moving. My brother started moving. The images shifted in ways that made it clear it was live. It was almost like a filter out over the screen or something. My brother said, "Why didn't I pass?" I should have passed, which shook me because I didn't expect him to speak. I freaked out and went to go grab my parents, but just before stepping out of my door, everything went black like I had sudden tunnel vision. I felt myself falling, even though I couldn't see, and when I hit the ground, I wasn't in my house anymore. I was in some white room like everything was made with bioluminescent marble or something of the like. I started to panic and spun around, but when I turned back around, there was a man, if you could even call him that. He just appeared there like someone edited reality or some STT. He was tall and lanky, without literally any features, no eyes, nose, mouth, anything. He had regular clothes on, a flannel and jeans and such, but the closest comparison I can make is Slender Man. But he told me to follow him if I could. Naturally, I said FK no and demanded an explanation, but he turned and walked anyways, saying I'd regret it if I didn't move of my own accord eventually. I didn't even understand how this thing spoke, given it had no mouth. It walked away, and my feet began to slide across the floor like I was going downhill on Ice YK. Again, like reality had been freaking edited, a door just kind of appeared. No ripples or noise or mystical sheish-tit. Literally just was there like it always had been or something. The door opened as we got close to it, and beyond that doors was. The best way to explain it was everything. It's impossible to put into words, but beyond that door was up, down, forward, back, left, right, and directions that just don't exist. It sounds nuts, but they were like crossing through every conceivable and inconceivable reality, but staying in this one at the same time. I saw colour that I can't explain, like literally I've tried to, but it just can't. They were colours I've never seen, no purple mixed with red or red and green or anything ever known, they just were. It literally, and I mean literally, made me feel like my eyes were melting. I couldn't tell if my eyes were watering or if my eyes themselves were turning to liquid. Maybe both. As we stepped further, my ears began to hear things. Whispers, screams, arguments, casual talk between people all at once, like I was Superman trying to supper through it all, and I knew I had to keep walking because I couldn't stand there anymore without dying. It was like I was feeling myself grow old and young and knowing all of it at once, which kind of makes no sense, but it's impossible to explain. My brain began to pop like the information was too much. I saw stars in my vision, and I couldn't breathe, but I was still breathing from everywhere except my lungs. I took another step, and suddenly I was in the White Room again, but my brother sat there on a chair. I panicked and ran to him as my brain felt release from pressure. The man spoke again as I untied my brother, and he said word for word, "Congratulations, negatives. You are thick in blood." And suddenly I was in my room again like reality was edited, or I had always been there the entire time. I ran to my brother's room, and he was there on his floor, but panicked as my eyes and nose were bleeding. I passed out, and I woke up in the middle of nowhere with my brother unconscious next to me. I had a brain hemorrhage and lost vision in my left eye and hearing in my right ear after I visited the ER. My parents still don't know I'm alive, or my brother, and we are 5 states away with no money or anything. We want to go back, but don't want to go back to that state. The doctors tried to get info on us, but we refused. And ran. Not sure what to do RN, because my whole concept of reality is flipped. My brother went through the same thing, but he's much smarter than me, and I guess that's why he came out better than I did. Just freaking out.